2025 has been a wild year for television, and not just because of the unusual reboots or the legacy hits. We've gotten boundary-pushing sci-fi, emotional crime stories, hilarious android rogues, and even a very unexpected return to a serial killer we thought we were done with.
Yes!
If you've been scrolling watch list charts or arguing with friends about what the must-watch shows were of 2025, well, I've got you covered. Today, I'm walking you through my top 10 TV shows of 2025, based both on the critical buzz and what fans were actually watching. I'll also call out the biggest disappointments and the shows to look forward to in the coming few months. So whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or just need a new series to dive into, stick around and let's get stuck into it. So in at number 10 is Reacher, starring our testosterone fueled, steroid fueled, lean, mean fighting machine, ladies' favorite, Alan Ritchson. According to Rotten Tomatoes, this season is getting strong reviews all across the board. While many people debate, well, basically myself, who would win in a fight, Peacemaker or Reacher, this has to be the winner for now. Reacher continues to be a reliable, punchy action thriller with enough heart to keep people invested, now on season 3. There's a satisfying strength to Reacher. It's not just high concept sci-fi or grand political intrigue. It's just good old-fashioned, muscle storytelling with a hero who's smart, tough, and principled. Straight to number 9, we've got Dexter Resurrection. Really thought this would be higher, but it had stiff competition this year.
We have a heartbeat.
I'll take it.
Yes, that's right, Dexter is back. Dexter Resurrection dropped on Paramount Plus Premium back in July of this year, 2025, and critically, it's been really well received. Early reviews got in at 100% of the critic score, and fans lapped it up. They're pigs for it. Absolute pigs. Gen Z and Gen Alpha also got in on the action with some really awesome Dexter memes on TikTok.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Are you following me now?
It was absolute gold dust for a while back there. So Michael C. Hall returned as Dexter Morgan, and this revival didn't feel like a cash grab. It felt like a thoughtful continuation. Well, a little bit like a cash grab, but a meaningful one. For crime drama fans who missed the original, Resurrection might be the comeback they've been waiting for, and it was a great entry point for a lot of people. I'll be talking about it more on the channel in the future. Really looking forward to season 2. Next up, we have Ludwig, season 1. This is one from the UK that might have flown under the radar for a lot of you, but it was pure gold dust. Ludwig is a lighter but surprisingly clever mystery series centered around an amateur detective figure. Not quite a detective, a reluctant detective. According to Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 97% approval rating, which is quite rare for a debut series from the UK of this kind of stature genre. The show leans into wit, charm, and intellectual puzzle solving, making it refreshing in a sea of dark drama that we've seen from the UK a lot in recent years. So if you like mysteries, if you like smart TV shows, and you have a subtle, a little bit dark sense of humor, Ludwig will definitely deliver for you. At number 7, we have Slow Horses, season 5. So Slow Horses has quietly become a staple of espionage drama, and its 5th season doesn't disappoint. Though not a brand new show, it's still extremely relevant in 2025 and continues to deliver sharp writing, clinical humor, and flawed characters doing morally complicated things. Many users on Reddit and other comment sections praised it for its character-driven spy work. People consistently say it's smart, but it's not overly pretentious. This one is definitely a bit of a slow burn. Number 6, we have Murderbot. It's a sci-fi plus dry kind of humor sense of vibe. And season 1 was a gem. Again, this is one of the rare debuts in the list. This was based on Martha Wells' The Murderbot Diaries. This show premiered back in May 2025 on Apple TV Plus. So don't know how many people were watching that. But critics loved it. It holds a 96% score rating on Rotten Tomatoes, whatever. The reviewers praised it. They also praised the performances and the show's surprisingly touching exploration of self-aware robot emotional growth. This is considered a slice of fried gold in 2025 with the emergence of smarter and smarter AI and kind of weird looking robots. This helped it resonate with people, and it's not just about all the action, it's about politics and freedom and solitude and finding yourself and all that MacGuffin. That mix of humor and introspection makes it pretty standout. So we're going into the top 5 now, guys. And number 5 is Andor Season 2. Where are my Star Wars fans at? So Star Wars fans can get real again with this season, because Andor Season 2 delivered. It brought political intrigue, moral compromise, and emotional sacrifice that made the first season just as special, but with even more intensity. This isn't your light fantasy show, it's pure rebellion. The critical consensus remains strong. Again, Rotten Tomatoes, 97%. I didn't go too against the grain on this one, but it got praise in its conviction and the weight that it carries. A lot of people really dig this. Number 4, I had to put this in here. It's a little bit more arty than the rest, but it's Adolescence. This was one of the more artistically bold picks on the list. So according to Collider, the series is stylistically daring. Each episode is shot in a continuous take, lending it to an intimate, unflinching feel. So we had critics praise its emotional weight and technical attention. It was stylistically bold and deeply affectionate. In short, this is prestigious TV. It has heart and it has guts. And, it's very visually striking too, making it one of the most unforgettable limited series of the year, now on Netflix. In at number 3, we have Gen V. So Gen V returned in 2025 with its second season, keeping its spot as one of the most talked about superhero teen dramas of the year. Not sure how many of them there are. But for a show that's a spin-off from The Boys, it continues to blend the absurd powers with dark comedy and social satire. While it's not always the most critically lauded, its fan base remains strong, especially among younger viewers who love that morally grey area, superpowered chaos, political humor, and, all-out action. So what's compelling? Gen V doesn't just lean into spectacle, it questions what it means to be super. And also, it looks at some of the same kind of vibes that the X-Men did back in the day when I was growing up. So it talks about identity, power, ambition, they're at the central core of the show. It's funny, it's edgy, and it's a little bit smart. And number 2, we have Pluribus. This is arguably the biggest breakout show of the year. Created by the same team who gave us shows like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So you knew it was gonna be dynamite. Pluribus is a sci-fi mystery with a twist. Almost all of humanity becomes overly cheerful, hive-minded, except for one Carol. But I want to call her Karen, played by everyone's second favorite actor, Rhea Seehorn. And when it first debuted, critics were eating it up. I did a whole video about whether the pilot is worth watching or not, and whether it's deserving of the greatest pilot of all time. So be sure to check that out. But sadly, I can't put it as the best show of 2025. So people noticed how it could even rival Severance in ambition. Forbes even said that, Pluribus has debuted with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and critics praised all of the acting and the performances. Why is it good? Pluribus isn't just sci-fi, it's existential horror, disguised in happiness. It's a show that makes you question the value of individuality and what normal truly means. For story lovers and sci-fi fans, this one is one to watch. And I would put it in the same kind of boat as the number one. And I definitely praise it, but I can't put it into number one. If you've just skipped ahead to see what number one was, then fair play. But please drop a thumbs up on the video. But my number one pick has to be long awaited, much hyped, but worth it. Severance. Severance was back in 2025, and the second season really leaned into what made the first one a phenomenon.
Yeah, no shit.
That unsettling mix of corporate dystopia and existential identity. So this premiered all the way back in January, but I still can't forget it. And that's why it pips the post over Pluribus. Critics responded just the same way. It has 94% that is retained on Rotten Tomatoes, and many praise how it manages its two halves of, the character study and the surreal nightmare. And it got really intense.
I almost froze to death.
The cinematography was wild. The suspense was wild. People are quoted as saying that their excitement for this series was immeasurable. But what I love about Severance is how it still feels deeply personal, even though the stakes were huge and got really, really weird. It's not just about corporate memory splits anymore. It's about identity, trauma, and whether we ever truly get to choose who we are. Did I miss anything really decent? Should Alien Earth have made the cut? Or is Pluribus really the best show and deserve the number one spot? So drop a comment. I want to hear what your top picks are. And don't forget, if you like this breakdown or any of my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got more TV deep dives, game deep dives, weird show takes, and upcoming season hype videos all coming to the channel soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.